What's up, internet? Chocolate biscuits. Chocolate. Dopamine. Honestly, can't kick it. Don't want to kick it. I eat a lot of chocolate. I just love it. I really love it. But I don't know. I feel like it holds me back a bit, which means I'm holding myself back. But diet is something that I'm not confident with. I quite like cooking, but I just feel like, when you just got, when your head's full. My head feels like it's exploding at the moment. Just like streams of consciousness billowing out. It's just, I don't know, man. I think I'm fighting in May as well. Oh, it looks like it's coming down, but sometimes, I don't know. I'm not taking my times when I'm running. I'm not really weighing myself anymore. I can't really be bothered with all that. Just go old school. Got a squat rack I'm not using, but a squat rack, punch bag, bench press. What else do you need? I'm running. To be honest, I just need to focus on running. My cardio shit. Flexibility, good. Okay to good, I would say. Power, natural. Speed, natural. Cardio is the one which is so bad. But I'm beating myself up here because I was in a massive car crash. So I couldn't walk. So I've been choicefully binging on sugar for dopamine. It does hit the spot. That's the problem. Not as much as solving my issues, but I had a right day of it yesterday. Very mixed bag. What's a good thing? What's that horrible cliche? Pressure makes diamonds. Yeah, motherfucker. Look at the sky. We bring out the blue in my eyes. It's good light in this. If I wasn't stuffing my face with chocolate, I'd probably look quite handsome. Humility. It's not. It manifests itself as big-headedness, but it's not. I'm not big-headed at all. I've got self-worth. I've had historically a lot of self-worth issues. But so it manifests itself as like cockiness when I was younger. A lot of cockiness. But it's just insecurity, isn't it? I wish I had more guidance and like, I don't know. I think a lot of young lads lose their way. Fucking hell. I've just eaten a whole multi-pack of Rockies. I think a lot of lads lose their way because they haven't got that sort of guidance around sort of like 16 to 19. That's when you can really make or break, I think. But the same token, like even if you get to like 25, 30, 40, 50 and you want to make a change, like it's well within everyone's power to change their life around. It just takes like, I suppose you've got to know where to start. There's lots of different areas of our lives, isn't there? Diet, drink, alcohol, substances, people, who you hang around with, that affects what you do, how you think, how you talk. I think a lot of people hold a lot of people back. Maybe that's just my experience of people, but being in the right relationship is important, with the right person. Therapy is important for everyone. If anyone thinks that they don't need therapy, they're scared to go to therapy. If anyone says to you they don't need therapy, it's because they're scared. Everybody could benefit from it. There's no one in the history of the humanity that couldn't benefit from it. Seriously. Wellness. Sport. 5 pillars of, I've said this before, 1 athletic goal, 1 professional goal, creative, spiritual, and social. You have to keep ticking them off to be well-rounded. Social one, completely got it wrong, haven't I? 'Cause I'm talking to myself in the van. But same token, it's like I found that having dived head first into the self-development thing, because I thought that everything was my fault, and in hindsight it completely wasn't, but I thought that it was, so I really dived down into the self-development rabbit hole, and I went so deep into it that I've definitely shared this before, now I find it really difficult to have personal relationships. Having said that, I haven't tried, and I think I was just in the wrong groups and stuff. But like, anyone can change their life around. No matter how old you are, even if you're in your 70s, and you decide, you know what, I've got probably 15 half decent years left. Why don't I do something with it? If you're in your 50s and you're thinking, I've not really achieved what I want to achieve, and all I do is go and get pissed at the weekend because I don't really like my job and my missus is annoying me, constantly nagging about putting the toilet seat down. Love, you give it a rest. But no, so you can see my face puffing already from the chocolate. Isn't that funny? Straight away. Yeah, anyone, it's just try and clean up your life. Sobriety is the first major hurdle, I would suggest, and it's actually really easy once you start doing it. You just gotta have a set of cojones on you. You got to have the balls, man. The balls to be like on your own some of the time, or all of the time. Yeah. Then you can find out really like where your head's at, what you want to do, who you want to be, how you want to get to where you want to get to. I don't think the system is necessarily set up for us to achieve. I think in the States it's more, capitalism's obviously very, very big in the States. I'd really like to make it over there. I think that's probably the best place for me. I'd really like to go over to the States. I'm hoping that rugby will open that, or boxing. Rugby league isn't big over there, but if I can really show that I've got what I know I've got, then wide receiver doesn't seem. I know it might sound crazy to do it in like your late 30s, but I don't know, I've just got quite a lot of self-belief. Despite having self-worth issues, I've always been a dreamer. But I actually believe that things like will happen. What have you got if you've not got a dream, goals and stuff? Like what have you got? Unless you love what you do, and you've got like nice people around you that you like-minded, that help and support, like a community. Like what's the point? I think that's where existential dread comes in, isn't it? Because it's like, what are we here doing on this spinning rock in space? But the meaning of life is definitely circumnavigated by passion and love. Circumnavigated, I've never used that word. I don't think in my whole entire life. I've circumnavigated this point. I've laboured it. Oh shit. So I feel quite sad all of a sudden. I've cried, because of the state of the world. You know how crazy that must sound to people, but I genuinely have. In the shower. I cried for the state of the world because we're just programmed. It's not fair. I think everybody means well, even especially like extreme left. Left and right have swapped over, I think, but the extreme left, they mean well. They're just misguided, and the cynic in me says purposely. Business stuff as well. Everyone should have a side hustle, or everyone 100% should be investing in ETF, stocks and shares, and benefiting from compound interest. If you don't know what compound interest is, go on a compound interest calculator and figure it out, because you can put in, I've sold a few people about this before, but you can put in £1,000 a year, and in 15 years, I think it starts getting, compound interest really starts benefiting after 20 years, but everyone should be benefiting from compound interest. That's how the rich stay rich, isn't it? So the working class and upper working class, whatever you call it, middle class, you're gonna get your money taken off you, council tax and insurances, and so you need to be using the moves that the people that make the system are using. You need to be using these financial tools to benefit you, your kids and your kids' kids. Because if everybody, like anyone that ever sees this, right? If you start compounding interest into a fund, go and look it up. Investing in a fund, compound interest, you will, without doubt, 100% change your children's lives if they continue to put in the same amount. It doesn't have to be £1,000 a year, it can be £100 a year, but as long as you're putting it in every single year, the same amount or more, you will change the history of your family, your ancestors in the future, whatever they're called. Their lives will be changed forever if you can illustrate to them the importance of keeping this thing going. Every year, do the same thing, and you have to do it. It'll just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And don't take it out. Once you put money in ISA, never take it out. And don't check it regularly. Businesses People should try and run their own businesses or side hustles. It's quite easy these days with the internet. And then everyone can just benefit from the system instead of the people that run the system benefiting from the system. It can be really nasty, this system. And I don't think people are inherently nasty. I think hurt people hurt people. And I think the system is set up to retain the status quo. And I think there's a big change coming. It's important that Donald Trump has re-centered things. I don't know that extreme of any side is a good idea. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if the extreme of any side is prudent. Well, it's not. Bigotry in any of its forms is not prudent, and that's a polite way of putting it. But at least, even if the left get back in after Trump, there's still been a recentering of consciousness and stuff. And I would suggest that I'm probably centre right, and I think that's the only one that works. That's why, because I don't think the extreme left are not liberal. Like wanting to better the normal people, that's not, from what I can see and gather, that's not their. The extreme left seems far more like the historic extreme right, fascist. I just don't think extreme anything is healthy or useful or prudent until you've got a recentering from the left to right. And then after Trump, we should hopefully end up sort of central. But Nigel Farage is probably going to get in, and he's just a politician as well. Good thing about Trump is he's a business leader. That's what the world needs. The world doesn't need more politicians. Politicians just fucked everything up. The world needs leaders. We need leaders. We need people leaders. Leaders of communities. Communities need to come together. Everyone feels unsafe in their own communities, I feel like. We've all got a door. We've all got a video camera on the front of the house. Like, we're scared of what's coming. That's like, but if we lived in a really like, what's the word? If we lived in like, well, not good. That chocolate's fucked my head up a bit, I think. Which it can do. Yeah, if we lived in harmonious communities, that where the community was the importance rather than the individual, then at that point you'd be able to live without fear and know that, you know, love thy neighbour like they've got your back. And then from there you'll be able to have supportive communities where natural leaders will, I don't know, be born. And then we need business leaders to support local communities. Yeah, the main thing is though, like, people not nicking from other people, like, don't steal shit, and just like help each other out, because that's how we all benefit. We all benefit from everyone helping everyone. I would probably strongly suggest turning off the television, because we are propaganded like every other person, place, area, country, whatever you want to call it, whatever label you want to use, into different roles, different thought processes, different social norms. I've been thinking recently, does music reflect society, or does society reflect music? But if you extrapolate that out, does society reflect the media? No, does the media reflect society, or does society reflect the media? So do we get everything from the screens nowadays, don't we? Everything. We get it all from screens. But like, someone's chosen what to put on that screen. but who's chosen to put on that screen? Because if my kid, for example, was watching something on a screen, and the person that's made that thing that my kid's watching has got an agenda, whatever that might be, how do I know that I feel comfortable with him ingesting that? Like, who decides what that is, that bit? Who decides what is the agenda? And why would they have an agenda? And is that agenda conducive with what I want him to learn, how I want him to be, what I think's best for him? School's another one. Who decides what? School just gets us ready to do 9 to 5. School just gets us ready to do capitalism. Pythagoras theorem. How many times have you used Pythagoras theorem in after school? They force us to wear work clothes and uniform. You wear your black shoes, you tie your tie or whatever. They just get us ready to be worker ants. But like, why is there not a school or university that's teaching you about mortgages, teaching you about entrepreneurialism, business? But I know you got business studies, but still textbook. Why is there not somewhere that gets kids ready for life? I think this is a life goal of mine that I'd really love to do at some point, is have a kind of sporting university where these young under 25s, for example, are given the opportunity to play sport at a high level, and also to be taught stuff that's actually going to help them. But then it's like, who chooses the what's the context of it, and what's my, for example, if I did that, what would be my, how can the people that go to the university trust me? Oh man, this world. If we had, like, open communication from schools, like, this is what we want to have happen, and this is why. Because, like, why, especially people like working class or middle class, like, what the fuck are they going to use? Pythagoras theorem is a really good example. No one's going to use that. So why are you wasting your time on it? When there's people that 100% are never going to use it. Also, what job does use it? What job uses Pythagoras theorem? So if anyone ever sees this, can you please tell me as to why that's necessary? And I'm just sat in a car park talking to a computer screen. I've just eaten a full pack of Rocky bars. And I had one of the best days of my life yesterday. It's not even like I'm fucking unhinged. At this point, it'd be easier if I was, I think. Oh, fuck me. I feel fucked. It drains me speaking about that kind of stuff as well. Big high level shit that needs to be sorted out, and the people are suffering, and that does not sit well with me. We all have a choice in life. Hurt people. You're gonna be Spider-Man or you're gonna be the Green Goblin. Because Spider-Man's granddad died, and he decided he was gonna stop other people from getting hurt. And the Green Goblin, presumably, sat on a nettle. I don't know what happened to the Green Goblin. But we've all got, that archetype's come from somewhere. We've all got the choice. When you get hurt, you can hurt other people. You can use and abuse, or you can be the other side, the hero's journey, and try and stop other people. And that's what I want. To be the Green Goblin. No, I want the world to be better before I go. Otherwise, what was the point of being here? And my family are gonna go on after me, and I see that there's a lot of pain, a lot of confused people, a lot of confused people, a lot of confused teenagers, and I just don't agree with messing up our youth for anything other than giving the best opportunity to fulfill their dreams. And I mean that unreservedly, because it's not fair, and that's not okay. And someone at some point has just got to put the foot down and be like, nah, it's enough now. We've had enough being messed around. All everyone wants is just to be happy and safe, just get on with their own shit. It's clearly about natural resources, but the people don't need to suffer because of the rich people at the top not being able to get their shit together. Power to the people. I saw, is it Plato said something about, if you don't get into politics, then you end up being governed by people less intelligent than you. And I don't particularly want to get into politics, but I'm sort of thinking of ways to better this place. I'm really tired of Chavs as well. Oh God, I'm tired of Chavs. But I feel for them though. I do feel, because I know, having gone through the thought process of not feeling particularly safe, that looking tough keeps you safe in a way. Chaviness comes from insecurity. Insecurity comes from fear. Fear comes from media and the community. Everything can be worked back. But anyway, I feel sad now. I'm going home and I'm gonna eat pizza. Shalom. Goodbye, internet.